إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله وسلم عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. قال الله تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. O you who have believed, fear Allah as He should be feared, and do not die except in the state of Islam. وبعد أيها المسلمون أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله فقد فاز المتقون. O servants of Allah, I advise myself first and foremost, and all of you, to have fear in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to have taqwa in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and beware of going against the commandments of Allah, taking reminder from the ayah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا تُرْجَعُونَ فِيهِ إِلَى اللَّهِ ثُمَّ تُوَفَّى كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا كَسَبَتْ وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ. And fear a day when you will be returned to Allah, and every soul will be compensated for whatever they have done, and they will not be treated unjustly. Servants of Allah, do not be deceived with time. Do not be deceived with time that we have, as it always goes against us. Goes against us, it gives us hope. It promises us with good things until we feel like we have a lot of time. We have a lot of time to wait and to delay, until we delay and procrastinate all the good things that we are planning to do. Servants of Allah, living in this life has taken its toll upon us. Each and every one of us is burdened with responsibilities. In order to survive in this world, we have to work. We have to get all the means. And such is life, to survive. So the more we grow older, the more responsibility will we have. Or those in school will say, I am busy with school from morning, and in the evening I have sports and I have exams. Similarly to those who are in the university, I am busy with assignments, I am busy with my exams. And those who are married will say, I have to work very hard to provide for my family, to pay the bills, etc., etc. And those who have children will say, I am busy, I have to spend time with my family. And this goes on and on and on. Time is moving so fast. As one of our pious predecessors, the Salaf, one of the Salaf, he said, Al-waqtu kas-sayf, illam taqta'ha qata'aka. That time is like a sword. If you don't cut it, it will cut you. So nowadays we feel hours just like seconds, and weeks feels like only days, few days, and even years, it feels like a very little moment. And later that we realize that we already got married, we already have children, we already have grandchildren. And the more you age, the more excuses you will have. The more excuses you can use. Oh, I have to feed my family, I have to feed my grandchildren, etc., etc. Al-Hasan al-Basri, rahimahullah, he said, Ya ibn Adam, innama anta ayyam, fa idha dhahaba yawmuka, dhahaba ba'duk. O son of Adam, you are nothing but just days, number of days. Whenever a day passes away, that you also, part of you will pass away. And this goes on, and suddenly we realize The good things that we have planned remain as planned. Just a plan. And suddenly we realize that we are sick. And suddenly we realize that we are on our deathbed. And suddenly we realize that the angel of death is coming to take our life, to take us back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Akhi, ukhti, your time is up. Alhaakumut takathur hatta zurtumul maqabir. Chasing to gain more of this dunya has diverted us, has diverted you until you visit the graves. Yani, you are so engaged for the dunya, engaged to have the means for this dunya to survive until you forget, until you visit the graves. Yani, you are inside the grave. You go inside the grave. You are dead. So now there's no chance for us to do more good deeds. It's been cut off. وَجَاءَتْ سَكْرَةُ الْمَوْتِ بِالْحَقِّ ذَلِكَ مَا كُنْتَ مِنْهُ تَحِيدٌ. And the agony of death has come with truth. And this is what you were trying to avoid for all of your life. Now, what is left are regrets. And now we realize, oh, I've planned something to do good, but I couldn't make it because now I'm 6 feet under. Oh, if I have more time, Ya Allah, I would pray more. Oh, if I have time, oh Allah, I would do more charity. Oh Allah, if I've some more time, I will read more Quran. Oh Allah, oh. Regrets after regrets. And these are the regrets of those who are in the grave. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال رب ارجعون. Until when death comes to one of them, and he will say, oh my Lord, take me back to life. For what? لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت, so that I can do righteousness which I have neglected. And Allah said, كلا إنها كلمة هو قائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعثون. Allah said, no. It's only words that you are saying now. Going back. Ya Allah, I will do good if I go back. And behind them is barzakh, yani is a barrier. You cannot go back to the world until the day of resurrection. How true the Prophet ﷺ's word. As the Prophet ﷺ said, Ni'matan maghbunun fihima kathirun minan nas. There's two ni'mah that Allah has granted to us that human neglect. The first one, as-sihah, is health, good health. The second one, al-faragh, is free time. Subhanallah. Whenever we sick, we say, oh Allah, how good if I am healthy now. If we are busy, we say, oh Allah, if so good that we have more time to spend for you, oh Allah. Servants of Allah, yesterday has passed. Tomorrow is uncertain. What we have is today. What we have is only today. So live our life for today. If you have a good deed that you are planning to do it today. If you want to give charity, give it today. وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَّبِّكُمْ وَجَنَّةٍ عَرْضُهَا السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ عِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. And hasten to forgiveness from your Lord and towards Jannah, towards paradise, which the vastness is like the heavens and the earth, and it is prepared for the righteous. فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ, and run towards Allah. وَفِي ذَلِكَ فَلْيَتَنَافَسِ الْمُتَنَافِسُونَ. And for this, let all the competitors compete, yani to Jannah. Whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said about good deeds, he said, do not waste time. Hasten, run, race for it. As Ibn Umar said, radiyallahu anhu, when you survive until the evening, do not think you will survive until the next day of the evening. And when you survive in the morning, when you survive to the morning, don't wait until the evening. And when you survive in the morning, when you survive in the evening, do not wait until the morning. Do good deeds before you fall sick, within your good health. And also do good deeds as long as you are still alive, before death comes. So, brothers and sisters, how can we make sure that we are not from amongst the losers? We will continue inshallah after the jilsa istirahah. Aqulu qawli hadha, astaghfirullah li wa lakum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil amin, nabina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allah have sent down the solution for us. In fact, Allah sent within the shortest surah of the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent this beautiful surah for us to take heed for our responsibility in this world. As Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah said about this surah, لو ما أنزل الله على خلقه إلا هذه السورة لكفتهم. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't send down upon his creations their responsibilities except for this surah, and it will be sufficient for them. Which surah is this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. By time, all mankind is at loss, except those who believe and do righteous deeds, and those who advise each other about the truth, and those who advise each other with patience. So everyone will be a loser in the day of judgment, except if they complete these four things. What are the four things? Let us go through briefly. First of all is الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those who believe in Allah, those who believe in the unseen, that whatever that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed from the Quran and the Sunnah, believing the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to worship Allah alone without associating any partners with Allah, to believe in whatever that He has revealed from the Quran and the Sunnah. That is number one. However, it is not enough for us to just believe. Second one is amal salihat, good deeds, do righteous deeds. Do your salah, do your zakah, do your siyam, do your hajj, do everything that whatever that Allah is pleased with. This is number two, doing righteous deeds. But this is also not enough. And the third one is, you have to share whatever you know about Islam to others. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ, share the truth with others, especially here in your country, in your beloved country. MashaAllah, we have our neighbors that do not know anything about Islam. All they know about Islam is terrorism. All they know about Islam is backwards. So we need to reflect this in our dealings. We don't have to wait to become a sheikh. We don't have to wait to become a ustaz, to become a da'wah, a da'i, to do da'wah, to engage in da'wah. It's enough. The best way to do da'wah is from your behavior, from your good conduct. Embody Islam in your daily dealings. Inshallah, this is a good way to do da'wah. And the last one, however, is to be patient. For everything that we are doing, for the sake of Allah, we will surely face setbacks. We will surely face people will hate us. People will block us. So this requires patience. And patience is one of the most noble acts of worship that we can do for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the four bare minimum that a Muslim must do. If not, innal insana lafi khusr, that we are all losers. And note, lastly but not least, all of these things cannot be attained. The four things that we have mentioned will not be attained except by seeking knowledge. Except if you have proper knowledge, that you go and learn from a learned person, and you go learn from somebody who knows about the Quran and the Sunnah. So this is what we need, yani seek knowledge. Allocate a portion of your time for Allah. At least once a week, at least 1 hour. May Allah SWT facilitate our affairs. May Allah SWT make us from all of those who succeed in this life and the hereafter. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر أعداءك أعداء الدين. اللهم أنج المستضعفين والمؤمنين في غزة. اللهم انصرهم. اللهم اشدد وطأك على اليهود والنصارى ومن شايعهم وأعانهم. اللهم اجعلها عليهم سنين كسني يوسف. اللهم يا منزل الكتاب ويا مجري السحاب ويا هازم الأحزاب اهزمهم وانصرنا عليهم. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث أصلح لنا شأننا كله ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. فاذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. أقيموا الصلاة.